All right, let's finish it positively with City because look, it's one game, and to your point, like this guy's been incredible. To your point last week, you guys lost the game that he didn't start in, so I can't sit here.
You win this round, Mila.
Can you bring up the? Actually, let me see if I can bring it up.
You bring it up, but the question is Nico G your guys' most important player with Rodri being injured? And it's this constant like knee swelling thing. This is what happens when you have ACL injuries. Like he's not going to be a full-time starter all year. With the lack of goals, you guys are going to have to be super compact defensively, and there's nobody else that can do that job. I think that the argument of is he your most important player? Obviously, it's Haaland. Like, let's not get twisted. It's Haaland.
That's what I was going to say. That.
But if there was a second player where I look at it and I go, that player changes the whole way that the structure works, it's Nico G, which is crazy.
First name on the team sheet is what you're saying. Because Haaland's an alien, as we've spoken about before.
Haaland's already built into the team sheet. It's
like, exactly.
It's on there, and then
it's like a statue.
Yeah,
that weighs like 50 tons. Like
so, we're talking about regardless of him.
Yeah, like because we wouldn't be able to have a conversation of who's City's most important player. Like no shit.
I think he just is the full package. And we saw signs of it last year, but it wasn't put together. It wasn't a well-packaged package. All the goods were flying all over the place, and it wasn't
packaged package.
Yes. It wasn't tidy, and I think it is getting tidy. And just keep saying it. Pep says he's a good learner. Pep's a good teacher. Those tend to be a very good mix. So I do think he's going to continue to grow week in, week out. And on top of that, he's super physical. That's huge in the Premier League. In the La Masia base helps with the technical, tight spaces, the dribbling. He can do it all. And in terms of the Rodri comparisons, he's doing it way earlier than Rodri did it at the same age. So I think that's where a lot of my optimism comes in. Yeah, we talked about it last week. If he continues at this rate, I think he can be a Premier League, I won't say legend, but one of the Premier League's best at the time.
I'm starting to see the vision. Again, I think we kind of jumped at it just because of, like you said, the names that we saw. It was me, like that was just kind of my reaction at least. But we immediately saw the hole in the team early on. I mean, they completely switched the way they played because they don't have anyone who can match what he gives the team right now. Again, like you said about Rodri, Dylan, people have a misconception with an ACL injury that it's just your knee. Your entire leg shrinks. You can't move or do anything with your leg. You have to... That I can't even imagine the process to try and get back to competing at the level Rodri was playing at. So that is a tough thing to overcome. So it's hard to rely on him to be available and that guy for probably large parts of the season. So in terms of importance and who can kind of replicate that, yeah, you can't in their current squad. I think one of you said it earlier, like Kovacic isn't doing that job. No. Kovacic can do a job, but now you have to mask other things. If you put him in there, he'll be able to do things that Rodri was able to do for the team when he was at his best, right? He's not going to be a Ballon d'Or candidate. That's not what Mila's trying to say. But
not yet.
I think his lack of him not being in the lineup, that showed, maybe Mila was right.
And I think just a little more credit to him. He's playing out of position, and we're talking about him like this. This is not his position. He said it multiple times. He prefers to be a more attacking player, the 8, the ticker.
Unlucky,
he's
buddy.
Doing that job at the 6, which I think is even more impressive. He's doing what is asked of him by the coach, by the club, by his teammates, and he's still finding a way to look like one of the best, if not the best players on the pitch.
Totally forgot he was La Masia, bro. I honestly totally forgot that.
And his dad's City core, dude. He just has everything.
So is Pep. You know what I mean? Like they can. he can get to speak to him on that level. Hey, you understand what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say here. You understand what I want you to do because they have the
In
same
terms,
footballing
yes.
education.
In terms of what Pep wants out of a six, Rodri is pretty close to the perfect thing, and I think the only thing that Pep would want more out of someone is for them to be Nico G. That I don't think that has
High
anything to
praise.
do with his talent necessarily, but more so just the type of footballer and the upbringing, the knowledge of the game. He's Pep core. He's built to be a Pep player, I think, and it's great that we got him. I'm sure you can find a video of me being a little harsh on him, maybe last
Oh
season,
yeah.
but I do know that all three of us were questioning why he wasn't playing at a certain
Yeah.
time, and I think it's one of those things where Pep is protective of the guys that he likes, and he knew that this guy is going to be a game changer in the future, so he said, "Wait your turn, and your turn will come," and now is that time.
Yeah, my only concern with him is health, right? Like being asked to do the job that he's being asked to do in the Premier League is a physical
Mm-hmm.
taxing toll, especially when you're doing it in the Champions League midweek. And like we've talked about, like he's your guys' most important player. So maybe, I mean, he took a knock midweek. Like there could have been some overthinking in regards with Pep and just keeping him healthy. Because if he
I mean,
takes a
he's
big
gonna take
injury,
knocks. The thing is,
but
he's pretty sturdy from what I've seen. He got his face bashed in this game
right,
and
his nose
continued
was
playing.
bleeding.
He
Yeah,
didn't want to go out. His face was covered in blood,
it
and
was
he was
pretty
like,
gross.
"I don't want to go out." And then he was upset that he had to change his jersey.
Yeah,
So just that warrior mindset is another thing that is an intangible in this league that is
absolutely.
kind of been slipping from a lot of players. And I love seeing it back, especially it's someone that's going to run the middle of the park for me.
Everything that you were saying there, I agree with. I just think now that we talked about Pep a little bit, it may just be him protecting the player from himself,
I
and that's
think
the
it's the
coach's
same with
job to a
Cherky.
certain.
Always
Yeah,
has been.
it's
Yeah,
Pep is notorious for doing this. He's
yeah,
talked
he
about it,
is.
and he literally talked about it with fucking O'Reilly last season when he broke through the scene. He went, "Oh, maybe I should be playing these young guys a little more. Maybe I should trust them and not protect them." Um, so I think that's where we've seen that a bit with Nico G. These guys that have that background tend to be the guys that he relies on. Nico O'Reilly's come through our system. He knows how to play, how Pep wants him to play. Nico G, like we were talking about, La Masia, dad's trained, coached at City. He knows how we want to play. Cherokee doesn't have that background, and I think that's where a lot of the question marks come in. But to be fair to him, he's proven it on the pitch when he gets those chances. So I do think that time will come. It's just a little bit of a different scenario for him.